Herbert Rosenbluth, Fire Controlman, second class. We were spotted, very easy, you can see it was daylight, and so we trained our guns on them. To tell you the truth, I don't know whether we took them out with it must have been taken out with the 5-inch guns, but I don't know whether we fired both. The 40 mil, as I remember, we used the 40 millimeters and probably on the 5-inch guns to take them out. It wasn't hard to think of. There was not much to them. Only a couple of I don't know what kind of they used to use boats to transport armaments. They take it, but they were. I didn't even know what kind of armament they had themselves. But at any rate, we ran across a couple of them and we sank them. And that's when we took on 3 prisoners. The other prisoners, the other guys, we couldn't take on. I had to leave them in the water. Yeah, so I guess it had taken a little while because they had to swim a fairly good distance to get over. And they were in the water, and the first class gunner's mate was called out to go over with a machine gun and make sure that none of them were able to get on board, except the ones that we took on board. They treated them like you would treat a kid. If you met a little kid and you say, what are you gonna do? He's not your equal. He's not gonna be your friend, but you have nothing against him. And so you're giving him candy and cigarettes. They brought him out. They kept him in the brig, and they brought him out on deck during the day. And because it was a safe area we were at that point, at least they felt it was safe enough. They brought him out on deck, and the guys were coming over, and they were trying to talk to him. Of course, you can't talk to them because they were talking Japanese. And they had no idea. It was conveyed to us by somebody that understood enough. It was conveyed to us that they thought they were in California. That's how they thought. But I think that was not that strange, because they never told us where we were. They didn't say, now you're in the Saipan. We found out, but nobody. They didn't get on the loudspeaker and say, we're in the Saipan now, and you're gonna. And I think there was a reason for it, because they were super cautious that if there was some reason that we were ever captured or anything, we couldn't tell them anything. We couldn't tell the Japanese anything. You couldn't, naturally you couldn't write, when you wrote a letter home, you didn't write where you were or what you did, or even if it was something fairly innocuous. You didn't do it. It would be cut right out of your letter. That's why I hated to write. You couldn't. But what do you write on when you're on board ship, and the only thing you're doing are ship's duties, and you can't write about them? So what do you write about? You tell them what you had for the lunch. So I don't know. I never knew what. I didn't read anybody else's letters, so I don't know what they wrote.